How you doing, folks? Scott here with Dorsten Custom Firearms, coming at you from our new location in Sheridan, Wyoming. The shop's coming together. We're almost up and going. We're still doing the FFL processing and all that. So as soon as we get that in, we will be open for business. I know a lot of you have been waiting for completion videos on some of the other builds I got going on, and they're coming. The Model 7 Scout Rifle builds, you'll see another video on those coming up at the end of the weekend. This is Wednesday, so at the end of the weekend you'll see another video on those. In the meantime, I have here a Howa 1500. This is actually one of their youth models, and I am converting this into a scout rifle. You can see I've already got the scout rail on it. I've got the front sight. I had a rear sight on it. I took it off because I needed these bases on there, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But what I'm doing right now is I'm installing this Pacific Tool & Gauge Stealth bottom metal for detachable box magazine. It's a really good one. I wish it didn't have quite so much stuff on it, because you really don't need all of this extra meat here, but it's their design, and there's not a whole lot of designs out there for the Howas. So, installing it, it fit perfectly in the stock. They do advertise it as being as much to drop in as possible. As far as stocks go, some stocks maybe not, some stocks maybe so. This stock, it's a Hogue, and it did drop right in. So that was fantastic. However, when you go to put the magazine in, it won't lock. Okay? And the problem is part of the action right down in here. If you can see it from there, I'll get a closer shot up here in a second. But if you can see it from there, right down here, there's a little tab on the action, and what that is there to hold the standard magazine, box magazine, for the bottom metal. And that's interfering with the magazine going up far enough to lock into place and also feed. So I need to remove some material from that. I don't want to take it off completely because I do want to maintain the ability to go back to the standard bottom metal if I so choose. So we're going to take some material off that'll allow the magazine to go up far enough to lock in, but we're going to leave enough there so that we can go back to the standard bottom metal if we choose. Let me see if I can get a better view. Okay, yeah, there you go. You see that little tab sticking up right in the middle? That is what's interfering with the magazine. Right there. Okay. So now that you see it there, alright, I'm going to pull the gun out of the stock. I'm going to put it over in the mill, and we're just going to mill off some of that material so that the magazine will go in all the way. So I'm going to cut the video here, and I'll be right back with you. We'll be at the mill, and you'll just see it cutting, and I'll do some explaining just before I start the machine. Once the machine's going, there's not much point in talking. It's too much noise. So hold still, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, folks, here we are set up at the mill. Now, the scope bases I was telling you about that I put on there, they are there. You can see one there. They are there just to level the action in the vise. My headstock is squared to my vise, so if something is level in the vise, it's going to be squared to the stock head. And it's a really neat trick just to put a scope bases on there, and boom, you're squared up. So this is the section right here that we're going to be removing. We're going to go about 3/4 deep because I don't want to take it completely off, and then we're going to bring it just about all the way back. All right, so here we go. I'm going to turn the machine on. Okay, folks, that is pretty much all there is to it. I'm going to pull it out, I'm going to clean it up, and then I'll show you guys how it all turned out, all right? So I'll talk to you soon. Okay, back with you again, folks. Okay, we got the gun back together. We got the bottom metal on, and we're going to test it out. So, here's our magazine. Now, real quick, safety. These are dummy round. There's no primer, there's no powder. Guys, keep the live ammo off the bench. No live ammo on the bench. If you're going to work on your own guns, get the live ammo off the bench. It has no place being there. Safety first, okay? Invest in some dummy rounds. They're cheap insurance, okay? All right, back to testing. So, bottom metal's in, everything's installed, everything's looking good. Magazine locks in now. Okay? Locking in, and it cycles. All 5 rounds perfectly, no problems, nice and smooth. This is going to be a fun little scout rifle, and it's not going to be very expensive. Just so you know, I'm going to be offering these rifles in this configuration. That'll be coming out soon. As soon as I get the FFL going, and I got all of the other, I got 3 that I'm building. As soon as I got them all built up, you're going to be seeing those. We're going to have a good, better, best for scout rifles to cover a wide range of budgets, and I think you guys are going to like them. So, keep tuning in. Look for the next video for the Remington Model 7 Scout rifles coming up after the weekend, and I will talk to you all later. Take care.